Hello, welcome to the Reframing Mindset podcast. We are clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, welcome back to Reframe Mindset podcast. My name is Content Books, and this is the 25, 25th week of the 95 experience. Yeah, and this week, was pretty light as kind of took two of the sick days in this week for a very personal reason. Yeah, can't believe I'm at that stage in life where I have to take stuff for personal reasons now. And then usually back in the days, I have to just show up. But now I have a personal reason why I have to say, yeah, I have to not take those days off. It was really personal. Yeah, but also what happened was I actually used that hell card, and it was really convenient. No, so as I said, all those hard work. The thing about it is that when I put in this hard work, and that's the thing. That's the one of the thing where I said you have to really, if you're born rich, you don't really understand the full use of resources. And the thing about it is that while I'm using it, I know that it's not the best resource. But the thing about it is that you have to really have to actually use it the right way. Like for example, as I said, 95 is not a healthy lifestyle. But in this world, if you remember when I said it pays to do the right thing, that topic, the world is messed up in the wrong way. It's set up to do for you to do the wrong thing. So you have to actually be able to, you have to actually know how to go in and manipulate and do, do not do the wrong thing, but have to know how to actually find the right way how to do stuff. Like for example, this 9 to 5. A lot of people are going the wrong, not doing a 9 to 5, and they're getting um richer and all those stuff. And then they see me doing this 9 to 5 and be like, oh, but the thing about it is that better you do things the right way, because why you want to do things the wrong way and be like, oh, you have to be worrying all the time. Do things the right way, and when I get it, you just get it undone. And the thing about it is that the right way takes a while. Takes a while, but when I get it, it's there. It's there. And that's the thing. It took me, as I said, I'm in the 25th week now. A lot of people won't wait 25 weeks to actually get in these benefits. And the reason why they won't wait 25 weeks to get these benefits is because they don't understand what's the value of this benefit. I never understood, I would have understood the value of this benefit if I wasn't this older now, you know. Ah, so I understand the benefit now. And not only that, I never really grew up, like I said, rich. So these benefits I live without. So and I have to survive by other means, and I have to stay healthy by other means. So know that you're in a position now. These stuff are like, to me, back in the day, it would be like entitlement stuff, the stuff that you get if you're entitled, and that's all. My grandmother would have said, you know, back in her days, she would have those stuff. You have to keep yourself healthy otherwise. But the thing about it is that, you know, it's important for me to unlock these stuff so that, if for example I have a child, they can benefit from these stuff as well. Because one of the benefits of the health card when I use it was I pay less for doing my dent, because I went to the dentist and I end up just paying at $3,000 because the health card actually wiped out 80% of the cost. So I'll pay like 3,500. So it wiped out 85% of the cost. So those are good. Those are good. And especially if you have a child, when your child is growing up, they are prone to a lot of sickness. And the early years cost can really cost a lot. So you have to actually, that's where you spend a lot of money. And that's where importance of like the health card, health insurance actually comes in handy. Those are where health insurance comes in handy. So as I said, everything, there's a negative side and a positive side to everything, but you have to actually understand the positive side of it to actually know to use it right. Use it right. So that's the use of the card. Like for example, the sick days. People will take the sick days and be like, oh, use it to do um so they're not really sick, but they take it and go do something else, maybe go to a party or stuff like that. And then it came to a day like when I actually needed those 2 days now because I was really in a bad mental state, you know, and then boom. If you remember when I talk about the sick days, I want to get 10 days per year. Boom, I would not have those sick days. So, you know, those days will be unpaid days. And it's like, yo, yeah, speaking about that, I actually got paid for the sick day that I actually requested the first time. So yeah, so the sick days do work. Sick days do work. So it's like one of those stuff you have to realize, like, you know, using those benefits, I see that they work. I see that they work. The thing about it is that I'm not at that stage where I understand how it works, but I see how to use it well. And I'm going to use it when I can. One of the next thing is health insurance can buy prescription, go to the doctor, and stuff like that. And those are important stuff. Those are important stuff to keep you healthy. So that's the benefits of actually being an employee at a legit company. And this is not me to say, okay, yo, I should when you come out, you must actually try to find your best to go to a legit company and stuff like that. Because as if you listen to my story, you realize this company is not the first company I went to. I went to a startup and they had none of these benefits. So I had to actually learn how to keep myself healthy before. Right then, what is that? I was younger, and my immune system was more stronger, or more resilient back then. Not saying it's not resilient, no, but as you get older, you have to actually take time. Health is become more and more of a priority. So it's one of those things where you have to actually um before you start a journey, so when you leave school and stuff like that, before you start a journey, you have to actually one of the things that to learn was why you're going on this journey. If you're going to come out and say, "Oh, I'm going to get this job," you're never really all these benefits that you're hearing now. You hear me talking about now. If you're actually doing the job without a plan, you'd hear understand the benefits of doing it, having those stuff now. You just have it and be like, "Oh yes, I have it," and stuff like that. But now that you hear me talking about it, that's the thing. Before I started this journey, I used to watch a lot of YouTube people about people that were richer than me and stuff like that, and see all those luxury lifestyle, and be like, bro, I watched them so much till I basically understood everything about it. When I was basically broke as a joke, I was broke as a joke, but I could explain all these rich stuff to you. I could explain all those rich stuff to you. And that's basically what I did when I was with my friends and stuff like that. I was broke as a joke, watching all these rich people lifestyle. I could explain it to you, but I was never rich enough to actually experience it. And but what happened was I never thought I would got this old. And what happens is that all those rich stuff that I usually broke as a joke to experience, but have know a lot about. I'm not old rich enough to actually experience it. And that's the thing with you as well. Like you're gonna hear me talk about some stuff on this podcast and be like, oh my gosh. And it's like, oh, you're dreaming about it. you thought you'd never get it. But one day, if you live long enough, you're gonna be like, oh my god, I have it. Like for example, another time again, you try to play video games. You try to watch YouTube of this guy, playing Call of Duty and stuff like that, and playing video games and stuff like that. And they making money playing that game. And be like, oh my gosh, I just watch it for free, and then boom, I'm here now. And I'm almost at that stage where I could actually make my YouTube channel and make money doing that. And well, the money part of it is not accessible as yet in the sense that okay, yes, but what happens is that I'm almost at that point where I can actually start making YouTube videos of me playing games again. And be like, bro, you know, yeah, I never thought that was possible. In a sense, I knew it was possible, but I never thought I could. I was rich enough to do it, but then I was broke as a joke. But then, but who would have thought that I got this rich where I'm in the position to actually can do that? Do that stuff. You have to. That's those are stuff that you realize. That I realize. This episode, this age, the older you get, like stuff just it's like before I started the podcast, I used to listen to a podcast, and a person says, and the podcast that you listen to for inspiration says, life starts at 40, and I heard it, but then I was really young. I was really like 20, 21 or such. And be like, oh my god, wait until I'm 40 or stuff like that. But I could hear him and understand what he's saying, but I could never I you no matter how he explains it, I couldn't you couldn't really understand it until you have gotten older and see how you have unlocking the things that you lacked when you're the year before. And be like, bro, the year before I was broke. I couldn't do this, and then now I'm just doing this so easily. And it's like, bro, that's the thing we realized. Where the person said, okay, life starts at 40, like legit. Every year, if you just put your head down and just focus on achieving certain goals, then those things that you thought were impossible the year before can become a luxury in the other year, because you put in the work and focus like, okay, this year I'm focusing on unlocking this level. Like for example, boom, I focus on the home. I never dreamed that I would get the home or anything. But once I was there and I put in the year to actually make sure the home was maintainable, and then now in my second year, I'm employed and basically maintaining the home now. And it's basically just a luxury that I can just come home and be like, oh bro, I'm there, and it's becoming more and more official, becoming more and more official. They just same thing with the work. When I went to the work, I just went there to actually see how far I could get, and then boom, I'm in my 25th week now, and I'm basically reaping the benefits of all those stuff. And be like, bro, and and those benefits I never dreamed, I never thought of it. Like vacations, who would have thought that could a vacation? I would have got a vacation, and like coming from where I'm coming from, who would have thought I could unlock vacations? But no, I unlocked it and be like, bro, wow, that's wild. So yeah, that's the thing where I said, bro, like every year you just kind of just just keep focus, and then boom, things are going to just unlock for you. And you're gonna be like, bro, but the thing about it is that if you don't understand the value of the thing that you're unlocking, you never appreciate it. You never appreciate the thing that you unlocked. Yeah, so that's basically that for that thing. Um, the next thing that I got in this um 25th week is access to the higher rank people in the company. Not higher, but what happens is that now so when we start, after a while we got placed in a group where we can communicate with the person and stuff like that. And we were basically with the person that we were training with. Then eventually we're we're placed in a new hire group where when we're in the train on the job training, we're placed in a new hire group where we have access to one supervisor. But now I'm placed in this other group now where we have multiple supervisors along with my team group as well, multiple supervisors, and we can do more stuff as well. Have access to more people in the company now. So that's, as I said, that's another thing you have been in the company for so long does. You basically become a part of their family or their company culture. They start to say, okay, yes, you started to become recognizable there. So that's the next thing about the staying that long. You just basically become a part of it and be like, bro, yeah. So mhm. uh, the next thing is run. The next thing is I never thought I would last this long. I never thought. So what happens is I was basically using the money to kind of maintain something, kind of maintain what I was doing. And I went there to actually practice my communication and stuff like that. Meanwhile, I'm getting the money. And it's like, now I reach this far and be like, and I see the benefits, the rewards of the benefits. So now I kind of want to see how far I can actually go further and stuff like that. So the money now, I should actually try to make it used to progress. So not only maintain or try to progress because I said, if, for example, if I make it to 2024, if I'm just basically using the money to maintain all these benefits like vacation and stuff like that, I will never get to experience the full benefits of it because I'm not saving and preparing to actually progress. Or, for example, doing my masters, if I'm not saving and preparing to actually pay for that, I won't get to do it. Stuff like that, if you really think about. So that's basically what this reaching this far kind of made me realize that okay, basically being solidified in the company now, so I should just basically just start to take advantage of that. I really not take it for granted now, not take it for granted now. So I guess that's I have to do now. Start to see how far I can actually, how better I can actually do the job, and actually taking the the goal that I actually went there for now seriously. In the sense that and I went there because I want to practice my communication. So I have to actually start taking it seriously now, where I have to learn how to communicate better. And what I'm going to start doing now is just basically use the days off to actually learn the job better more. See if I can just squeeze in those days to learn the job better and stuff because ah yeah, because why not? Why not? And the thing about it is that I never like doing the job, but now it's like one of those routine stuff where you just you get used to it. I get used to it. So it's just one of those stuff where like okay, I just can go in there and just clock in my 8 hours and just go home. And I got used to it. So that's one of the things that be there for it for so long do is that you get used to it. Because yeah. So now that you have got used to it, now you just say, okay, I just start figure out how to actually get better at this now. So that's the next phase. And next thing is, bro, I never got no bonus this week, this pay cycle, because what happened is that the bonus structure changed. Yeah, the bonus structure changed. So they're using, for example, surveys now and the stuff that I unlocked that I could get. I never got it. So they're no longer using that anymore. So you have to basically, so this is where I said the goal that I went in about communication. That's where it becomes key because I have to actually start deliver very good service, talk them very well, so that boom, they can actually um say okay, yes. So yes, I said new level. Like the episode I said, the new level make you miss the last level that you were at. I'm at a new level now. I missed the level where I could just basically I basically unlocked that bonus where I could just basically count on that and now that bonus is gone. So it's like I'm confident to know that I can get it now, but I'm not getting paid for that anymore. And it's like, oh yes. And the same thing about attendance. I don't think we get paid for attendance anymore. Our perfect attendance anymore. And I just started. actually going there early consistently. So it's like, bro. So it's like it makes you miss the last level that you were at because the benefits that you got back then is gone now. So it's like, bro. Yeah. And then what is happening is that I think the coffee is kind of working. You know, I think me resting and then drinking the coffee at the right time, and it's actually working somewhat. So I'm sticking to that routine now for the night shift, and yeah. Mhm. So that's basically for this episode. That's basically it. So I guess the only thing I could say is that the longer you stay, the more benefits that you make, and you know, and the thing about it is that you have to know your why. The why is what got me this far, and then once you got this far, then you have to actually take the why more seriously now to actually progress first further. What I realize is that um I'm not really getting. I'm at this new level now, but all the stats, the important stats that I was trying to get, I'm still not getting them. I'm still way off. So I have to actually, you have to actually take your why and the job seriously to actually reach it. Because I've seen people, other people in the company are keep meeting this stuff effectively. Why are they meeting it? They're at the job longer. So there's something there that that kind of click that change from them being that bad to getting that good. I reached this far now. I have to start to figure out why, you know, and then the fact that actually I'm at this level where I have access to more higher rank person in the company now, and be like, oh yes, I can actually reach that level now. So that's basically the thing. So that's basically it for this episode. Thank you for listening. I look forward for our next episode. Mhm.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.
Uh, Considering episode. No, it's not one of those episodes. It's like when you manifest your dreams and goals, after a while it can become complacent as you kind of forgot how hard it was to actually manifest that goal. And it's one of those things. Like for example, if you heard in one of the previous episodes, I've heard that okay, I have this degree for so long, that it became a part of me. I actually said that in one of the previous episodes. One thing you don't realize is that you get this little piece of paper, you get this piece of paper, but this piece of paper, if I were to show you that piece of paper, it wouldn't tell you. It would tell you that you would have to go through. You have to deal with so many chemicals, right? So many stuff. You just see the paper that says, "Okay, I have this stuff." Like that piece of paper is